Introducing the team of Ken Lucas and Eddie Hogan. Lucas and Hogan. Their opponents, Donovan and Barber. U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion Chick Donovan teaming with Randy Barber to go against Lucas and Hogan. This is our first match today on Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Coming out to join me at the desk today, my special guest of the day, the Midnight Express Incorporated. And we're, of course, referring to...
a class to your show here, Charlie Platt, if that's possible, without having you over here.
The tag team champions of the Southeastern Wrestling area. And, gentlemen, certainly a lot coming up in the arena this week. A lot of things, a lot of big issues to be decided.
That's exactly right, Charlie Platt. You know, we was out here a couple of weeks ago as guest commentators, and ever since then, telephones have been ringing off the wall. The switchboard's been lighting up. Everybody's hollering for the Midnight Express to be back out here where they can see our beautiful faces, our beautiful bodies, because we tell it just like it is, and that's it.
Okay, you know, we're talking about loser-leave matches. One of your men, the Midnight Stallion, will be in one of the arena, but also an interesting stipulation. Could we see, and this is a very good question, Mr. Austin, could we see the end of the Express as a team? Because you've signed a very important match with the men in the ring right now, Lucas and Hogan, where the loser of the fall must leave, must split, not leave, but split as a tag team.
Yeah, you're right. We ain't too excited about it, you know. The heat's been on us ever since we formed a tag team, and everybody's, you know, around the country, everybody's gunning for the best, and people know that we are the best. So we come into what you call a final conflict to see who really the best team is, you know what I mean? And everybody knows that the Midnight Express is one of the best teams in the country, if not the country, the whole world. So yeah, whoever loses, whatever team loses, must split. They can't be a tag team anymore.
That's right. Snapmare takedown by Ken Lucas on Randy Barber, and what an effective team we're seeing here with Hogan and Lucas against the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion and Randy Barber.
You know, we're sitting here watching this match here while we're doing a little guest commentating, like we said, with Lucas and Hogan here. If you watch these guys, you'll see that they are not qualified and not synchronized as good as Express. Express is all synchronized. We got things called eye contact. We know what each other's doing at all times. We are synchronized and honed down like a fine machine, Charlie Platt. And that's why there'll be no splitting of the Express. There will be no splitting of the corporation of the Midnight Express, because we are what it is. We have become a household word in this area right here now. Everybody knows us. When you mention Express, everybody gets excited.
Not only in the Southeastern Wrestling area, but to your credit, gentlemen, let me add that you have become one of the major forces in professional wrestling today, not only in tag team action being in the top 10 ratings all over the world, but with the stable you've put together. And part of that, the Midnight Stallion could come to an end this week, either he or Buck Robley.
That's exactly right. You know, it's a shame that Buck Robley has got to declare war one week and he has to leave town the next. You know, that's a shame. That's a crying shame right there, but, you know, that's the way it turns out sometimes.
That might not be in the Southeastern Wrestling area after this week.
Because, excuse me, please, let's don't talk negatively. I have a special surprise for everyone, talking about winners. Surprise, surprise. The Southeastern title is again in the stable of the Bullet and the Flame. I am the Southeastern champion, and I appreciate all the support of you fans, the letters and cards that came in. And this is for you, Fannie Mae. Solid gold, baby, just like you and me. One thing about it, it's all got to come to an end. Every time I wrestle that Tennessee stud, Jimmy Golden butts in one way or the other. The same with my friend The Flame. Every time he wrestles Golden, here comes a stud. It's just a mockery of professional sports when you try to do an honest job, carry the wrestling world with integrity on your shoulders, people butting in. You can't get a one-on-one situation. And that's why this tag match has come about. We're going to put it all in the barrel. The loser of the fall will leave town. What do you think?
Exactly right. And also, more than one loser-leave match is taking place in the Southeastern Wrestling area. The career of the Midnight Stallion and Buck Robley are both on the line, loser-leave matches.
Yes, and I want to be the first to wish Buck Robley the best of luck wherever he goes, because I know that Midnight Stallion is going to take him apart piece by piece. It's all come down to this. The Express is hot. He's tried to pull the man's mask off several times, claiming it was the Stomper. Who ever heard of such a thing? And now he's got a loser leave with him, and I think the Express was smart in getting a loser. They can get rid of Buck Robley. they can get rid of Buck Logan and Mr. Olympia back. They just got rid of him. He's coming right back, and he's jumping right into the fire, out of the frying pan into the fire, trying for the Alabama title against Man Mountain Harris, a man as big as a mountain.
You know, we've heard your comments about this situation between you, Fuller, Golden, and the Flame. Let's take a look at some action, and a picture is worth...
Let me kind of explain. Here you can see Bob Armstrong's hand raised in victory. The Tennessee stud made the futile mistake of challenging me to a cage match, and here you can see Bob Armstrong, the winner. I'm trying to get out of the ring now. The referee was a little slow in getting the cage door unlocked because we had it locked, and right here you're going to see that he starts to get out of the ring, and he trips over that second rope, and he's going to fall right on his face here. I'm trying to help him out. The referee falls on his face. The Flame luckily was there to catch him, or the man might have been severely hurt. And now the Flame is getting up to congratulate me, and here comes Jimmy Golden with some kind of foreign object. We were locking the cage only to protect ourselves. Jimmy Golden had something in his hand that was shiny. I could see it.
It was obvious the Flame was down at ringside before your hand was raised in
sir,
victory.
He came down to congratulate me only, Charlie. Now, you said a picture's worth 1,000 words. Watch this. We go over to try to get the Tennessee stud and bring him around. He starts wanting to fight, so we have to fight. We have no other objective but to fight. Here comes Jimmy Golden, who's very good with his fist, as you'll see, knowing nothing about wrestling. That's why I beat him for the Southeastern Wrestling Championship. And here you can see Mr. Golden's going to have to pay the price, too. When you lock yourself into a cage with a bullet in the flame, you're going to have to take the consequences. And right here, we were fixing to put the quietus to him, teach him a final lesson. And here the Tennessee stud, in one last breath of energy, illegally takes me off the rope. Now watch this move right here. He's going to drop me back, tried to break all my ribs. It's a dark. Let's get out of that film. I think we've seen enough, right? Let's get out of that film. It's just things like this that have brought about this tag match. The loser of this fall in this tag match between the Flame and the Bullet, the stud and Jimmy Golden, will leave Mobile. And Flame has a special match in Pensacola tomorrow night, kind of like killing two birds in 1 week.
I'm sure that you've been sitting there wondering why I'm wearing this particular mask instead of the regular mask that I wear. Call this, if you will, a death mask. For the simple reason that I would rather be dead. That's right, I'd rather be dead than to walk around for the rest of my life knowing that either Ron Fuller or Jimmy Golden was good enough to beat me or Bob Armstrong. This will be a constant reminder from now until the time that we rid this entire area of both the Tennessee stud and Jimmy Golden. I shall wear this death mask as a constant reminder of the task that I have to accomplish.
Very interesting and straight to the point comments about these loser leave town matches from both the new Southeastern heavyweight champion Bullet Bob Armstrong and his partner, the Flame. Buck, welcome back out.
Thank you, Charlie.
And I've had their comments. It's time for the other side of the story, as they say. It's a serious week here at Southeastern Championship Wrestling in the arena. It's going to be even a more serious week because you're the Stallion will be going, and we have some videotape right now just to show you how effective this group of people, the family as you have called them, Buck, can be.
Well, that's true right there. Now, you just see me load up that big Bucks Buster and got that Man Mountain Harris down. Here comes that Midnight Stallion in. If I remember right, this is the one where the whole family does get involved in this thing, and the next thing you know, what's her name, Condrey and Halls or Rawls or whatever it is, Rose and the Grease Ball, and all of them come down there. Next thing you know, they end up throwing me into that turnbuckle. Here they all come. Like I said, the family sticks together. Once you start getting on one of them, you just got to start looking over your back, Charlie, and see what happens.
I'd like to add, Buck, this was a no disqualification match. Anything could take place in this match for the Alabama State Heavyweight Championship, right, or there would have been a disqualification at this point.
That's true. Now, this is where they get on this arm of mine. This is about 2 or 3 weeks old, Charlie, and they lacerated this arm. They tore this arm up bad. They just keep hammering, tearing, biting, gouging, running into the pole. And, you know, in this business you expect things, but, you know, you don't expect certain individuals, or say humans, to go as far as they go to what they're trying to do to put me out of profession, take me out of my livelihood, you know. It's just, to me, that's not right. And then I'm going to get even with all of them, you know. I've had my ups and downs with them. I've had my eyes split open. I've had my head split open. Like I say, in this one here, this is where they keep just throwing that arm in there, and there's just nothing I can do, you know, that they've lacerated that arm so bad. This arm's been broke 5 times. That's the reason I wear the brace, that I have permission from the NWA to wear that brace, you know. And I give up in this match later on. Exactly what happens as we watch this footage of this film, and I go back in that ring with that Man Mountain Harris. They've got that arm tore up so bad, and just something that scares me when this arm gets beat up. Like I said, it's been broke 5 times, and I just told the referee, I'm not a quitter, you know, but I just said, hey, throw the towel in. Their day will come when I'll be on top again. And you can see it here. They got it opened up now. They got shoes. They tear. They bite. They just, you know, I don't know how much I can go. There's just no stopping. They just stay on it, stay on it, stay on it. And I'm just screaming, help, help, anything going. And this is where they tell Harris, here's your man. Now do what you want to do to him in here. And, you know, there's no way a man can beat 4 or 5 people at one time, Charlie.
Not at all, but this week, Buck, you know, it's not only you and the Stallion. A lot of careers could change this week in the arena.
Well, that's true. You know, there's big matches have been signed, loser leave towns, and I am after one man. That is the Midnight Stallion. I've been on record here for 2 months telling everybody that I know who it is, and I want to prove to myself my arms feels good, and I feel great, and it's the heat of summer, and it's time that something gets done. And I'm glad that the promotion went ahead and signed these type of matches, that there must be a loser leave. You know, I don't look forward to leaving, and I don't want to leave, and I'm going out and give it everything I have. At the same time, I went around and talked to a few of my friends, and I'm going to have them watch my back for me when I'm out there with that Midnight Stallion, this loser leave town match.
That's advisable, certainly so, because we see in just one particular incident right here what can happen with the Midnight Express Incorporated, the corporation when they get together, the damage that they can do. But best of luck to you, Buck. It's a big one this week.